Welcome back, everyone! This is Jurinitis bringing you. I'm trying to say Fallout 4. I am. Oh god.
Wrong
Infinite
game.
pandas.
Wait a second.
Pandemicraft Season 4. I was
Yes.
just on Fallout and I was prepping. Whatever. Anyway, we're on Pandemicraft.
Now he's back
Infinite
to reality.
pandas.
Yes, Infinite Pandas. Now with more
That's the
DOS
word.
wrenching.
Yay!
So,
Woof.
in between episodes, I've been sick lately. I'm sure you've noticed in my videos. I've been coughing a little bit, and I'm still getting over it just a little bit. But in between episodes, I got a night where I couldn't sleep because I was sick, and I couldn't record anything because I have two sleeping children and a sleeping wife, and the fallout from fallout, the fallout from trying to do a recording while they're trying to sleep would not have boded well. But I made a thing. I was bored. I couldn't sleep, so I decided
Fun.
to make a thing. This originally did not say witch grinder. It had two different signs. One said quick wand recharge, and the other one said blood magic, easy slate making. Now it says
Witch
witch
grinder?
grinder. It says witch grinder. So I don't know. Someone's been here where I built this. Here next to spawn was a witch's stone circle. And every witch's stone circle, which by the way is generated by witchery, every witch's stone circle has two witch spawners built into it. So I went ahead and built in a. Oops, let's not stand right there. They'll throw potions at me. I went ahead and built in a standard vanilla fall trap where anytime you find a spawner in vanilla, you want to build a mob farm out of it. But so I built a basic vanilla style mob farm, but then I went ahead and took my blood altar from at home and placed it underneath, and I made myself a dagger of sacrifice, which the dagger of sacrifice, as I remember, is just the Arthana in a tier 2 altar with 2,500 life points, which we had plenty of already. So, I kind of regret not having done this before, because this would have been the perfect blood magic startup thing. I mean, making this was really boring. It was just, building walls. It's a standard vanilla fall trap. But then you add the little accoutrements, and it's really cool. So anyway,
Accoutrements?
yes, accoutrements. Now,
Accoutrement?
I didn't have an enchanting station or an anvil or a crafting station or this arcane work table. So whoever changed that sign added this stuff as well. I had the trash can, but the trash can was over here next to the pedestal. But I've left this dagger of sacrifice here so that anybody can use this here at spawn. Now, the really cool thing about this is because the dagger of sacrifice instantly kills enemies, I can just smack these guys and they'll instantly die. Okay, and because the blood altar is close enough, we have blood in the blood altar. Now I don't have. It's not doing anything currently, but if you toss in the, I think this is the, you toss in the arcane stone blocks here, and it takes them through, puts it in there, and transforms them, and this will take it out, filtered only to take blank slates. So this will make it so that you can do that. So not only is this a quick way to do blood magic, besides stabbing yourself repeatedly and using your own blood, this is a quick way to charge your wands. Now you might notice that each aspect has 40.51 in both of these wands. That's because I've been moving nodes with the node Najar. Which, by the way, in this pack, every time you move a node, it becomes pale. Normally there's a small percentage chance of it happening. In this one, it's like a 100% chance. So just keep that in mind as well. But if you notice that we have 40.51, I'm going to step up here, and I'm just going to start swinging. Now, this seems to only work if the wands are in your hotbar, so don't try to do it when in your normal inventory. Now, I'm getting a ton of experience, and I'm getting witch drops, which witch drops are actually kind of cool, because you can get glowstone, redstone, sugar, bottles, gunpowder, sticks.
Witch drops?
All the drops. Spider eyes. You can get a lot of different drops from witches. So, nope, let's not stand too close or they might hit me with bottles. If you stand close enough where they can see you, then you'll get hit with stuff. So, okay, I just killed all those witches. And one more just because she dropped. Now, let's look at my wands. This one is full, and this one is almost full. So that quickly, I've recharged these wands from 40 to 100, and these are at 76.91. This one's 40.51. I didn't get much order out of that. But as you can see, I got 18 gunpowder, 11 spider eyes, 12 redstone, rotten flesh. Rotten flesh. There must have been a zombie in there. Glowstone, bottles, a potion of instant health. So yeah, this is an incredibly good way to do this. And realistically, you guys can talk. I'm not gonna yell at you.
But we don't want to interrupt you.
Well, you don't have much chance of that if I never stop talking, which is typical of me. So just saying. Anyway, the point is that this is a really cool thing that, whereas would have been really cool if I had done it as the original setup, the setup of it doesn't really take much time. It's just placing a bunch of blocks, and that wouldn't have been very interesting. So, now that I've started filling this wand, I kind of want to finish filling this wand. Let me finish filling this wand, and then I'll meet you back at our base, where me and Max are going to get started on something before Max loses his mind. So, just a second. Alrighty, wands are full and back at base. By the way, before I get started on something else, oh Max, we're gonna need a bottler if you want to start working on that.
Okay.
This is what I was doing. Also, I made ourselves some node stabilizers, and I have 5 nodes stabilized and 4 nodes that I somehow have forgotten to let out of their jars. I don't know why I haven't let them out of their jars.
You didn't want him to zap.
No, they're all sitting on node stabilizers. I just, for some reason, did not let them out of their jars. I don't understand why, but...
Maybe you're just a horrible person to nodes.
No, I just break them then. Which, by the way, this golden bag of holding has all the stuff necessary to capture more nodes. I don't know why I have the arcane pedestals there. Those aren't required to get more nodes, but whatever. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and do something, because if we don't, Max is going to lose his mind. We are going to make a turtle. Because Max wants to get his turtle on. He wants to get some automated mining with the turtles. And to do that, we're going to need to get some more IC2 progress done. Alright, so one of the things that we're going to need, let's just look this up real quick for you. If we look up the turtle is going to require all this junk. We have access to all this junk except for the overclocker upgrades. Max made the intricate circuit boards. Those require the carpenter. He crafted a carpenter and got that going, which we need to actually provide a spot for the carpenter to maintain, because we're going to need a lot of those circuit boards eventually, but we'll get to that if we can this episode, if not next episode. The overclocker upgrade. This is where the fun comes in. For that we need 10 case coolant cells, 3 of them per. Oh hey, it makes 2 overclockers per thing now. It used to only make 1. I think. I don't know, it's been so long since I've done IC2. So the 10K coolant cell requires 10 plates and a coolant cell. The coolant cell is a fluid transposer or a bottler, which I'm having Max make the bottler, with IC2 coolant. Now here comes the fun part. When you actually click the IC2 coolant, the only thing it says is you get it from a coolant cell. So NEI does not really cover how to get this stuff, but we're going to cover how to get this stuff. Basically, we need to get some distilled water is where we're going to start. So, unfortunately, if you look up distilled water, it doesn't have a recipe. It just shows that you can bottle distilled water. Okay, so NEI kind of fails yet again. We can do it 2 ways. We can do the solar distiller, which is actually pretty easy to do. Let's go ahead and do that for starters. Universal fluid cell is 10 item casings in glass pane. From what I understand, this one is free, but it takes a long time. What was I doing? Oh, that's right. I needed the 10 item casings. I was just making those. This one is free, and it'd be good if I actually take them out. But it takes a long time for the process to actually run through. The secondary, where's all of our glass?
Not in the diamond chest upstairs?
It should be in the blocks chest in the
Right.
diamond blocks chest. No, there's no glass
Not
in there
there.
at all.
Oh, then we've been took.
Someone came and stole our glass? Oh, never mind. I stole our glass.
A barrel?
No,
You used it.
I've been boxing nodes. Boxing nodes
Oh.
requires
Yeah,
glass.
A little bit of glass. Yeah,
Just
okay.
a little bit. I was like, where's all our glass? Someone stole our glass. Oh my gosh, I'm going to have to hurt someone for stealing our glass. Where's our
Okay,
glass?
hurt yourself. I want to hear it. I
Ow.
want to hear it.
Ow. Stop. Why do you do this to me? Ow.
Okay.
Is that convincing enough?
Here.
Maybe we have to get Rain to do that.
She would probably enjoy that on a whole different level. But no. Hey Max,
Yes, sir.
we need glass, as well. Bottler and glass.
I'll work on it.
Okay, why didn't that work? Maybe because
I thought it did work. I said yes.
no. I was making the solar. Okay. Oh well. Oh, okay. Well, so I made 2 solar distillers. I shift clicked when I shouldn't have. Although to be fair, I was kind of planning on it. So, all right. So because of this, we're gonna go ahead and put these. Why not? We'll put these right here. Whoa. Neat. Okay. So I'm assuming that we have to put water in these. So do we have an infinite water source? Oh yeah, right there.
Yes, on the.
I was about to say, I know
Right
I've got
next
an
to
infinite
you.
water source for witchery upstairs, and I know I've got an infinite water source for Thaumcraft downstairs. Shift click. Oh, yep, look at that. Okay, so it puts the water in. Hey, I've got 1 millibucket of distilled, 2 millibuckets of distilled water. Oh,
Okay.
this is only gonna take forever and a day instead of forever and 2 days. I'm assuming that we have all these extra slots, and I'm really not sure what they're for. This is for full buckets, this is for empty, this is for empty, and this is for full. I don't know what these 2 slots on the top right are for. I wonder if you can use overclocker upgrades in the solar distiller to make it work faster. Wouldn't that be interesting? Hmm. Okay, so should I bother putting a fluid... do you guys know, do the solar distillers have to be exposed to the sky? And do they work faster or slower when the sun is up or not?
They have to be exposed to the sky, I think, but I don't know if they have any work slower or faster method.
They need direct line to the sky.
Right, but do they work fast? Do they work slower when it's nighttime?
I don't know if they even work at all during night.
Well, it's nighttime now, and they are functioning. It's just very slow. But from what you were saying, it sounds like it's very slow all the time.
Yes.
Okay, no one's sleeping.
Well, we're in the mining dimension, so.
Right, gotcha. Okay, so the real question is, do we want to wait a long time? Because we're up to 8 millibuckets. Watch out, man. This is some fast stuff. Now, I can build water that will automatically be put into this. Or I can just leave that there. I don't know. We're gonna need it's a bucket for a bucket, right? A bucket of distilled water makes a bucket of coolant in
Quit teasing me.
the what?
Saying that word over and over again.
What word?
The.
Oh God, no! Stop. Gosh, Max, it's been so long since you've done it. I actually forgot about it.
Not me.
Well, I know you. You'll never forget about it. Because after all, it's you and your buckets. Anyway,
And,
so
and rabbits.
and rabbits, yes, the rabbits and the buckets and the kicks. All right, so let's see. That is one way to do it. The other way to do it is to do the condenser. Which, by the way, thank you, Renshin, for bringing me up to date on the condenser, also making this.
Mm-hmm.
So we can make a condenser. Actually, I can probably make a condenser right now. The problem is that the condenser takes steam and condenses steam down into distilled water. And then to do that, we'd actually need to have a steam producer. So if we look up the steam producer, we can do a steam generator or a kinetic steam generator. The steam generator just takes power. The kinetic steam generator basically uses something like a windmill to basically convert straight to steam. There are better ways to make steam, but apparently it has to be IC2 steam or it will not work. So I'm kind of the opinion not to do it this way. That would be more complicated, and we need a better power source. I mean, I could do it if we had a source of constant power, but we're trying to use coal right now, and coal as a power source is disappointing. As a matter of fact, we need to move all of our power sources away from coal burning, but that's probably going to be next episode. Hey, have you guys got some coolant or some distilled water that I could borrow, quote unquote?
Borrow and forget to bring back. Yes.
No, no,
we
no,
have
no, no,
some.
no, no, no. In between episodes, I'll make like 20 of these.
Here for you.
I'll make
You
20 of the solar distilleries and
Why do I
like
need
supply
them?
them all permanently with water, and then you guys can like steal from me all you want all the time.
That sounds like a
Okay.
plan.
Okay.
There should be about 30 buckets or so up on the mountaintop.
30 buckets. Okay, I think I've got a portable tank. Max, do we have an empty portable tank anywhere?
Let me check.
Actually, I wonder, can open blocks hold it? The open blocks tanks? Because I've got some of those.
I transported it with the thermal expansion tank.
I've got one portable tank, but I've got lava in it.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to swing over to Wrenchin
Well, wait a
and
second.
Chewy's.
If I throw it, wait, we got one right here on the. There's an empty one on the smeltery.
Nice. All right, so let me swing over to Wrenchin and Chewy's, borrow their water real quick, and we'll come back. We'll build the other machines. Did you get that tank?
Yes, I did. I got my.
Yeah, my magnet's on too, but it went to you instead. All right, so I'm going to swing by Wrenchin and Chewy's. We'll be back in just a second, and we'll get the rest of this going. All right, we're back, and these are the extra.
You wanted iron plates, right?
Yes.
Breaking on stacks.
What? Oh, yeah. Good. So I messed up, and I told Max to make the canner from,
Open blocks.
No, I told him to make the,
Bottler.
Bottler.
bottler. I'm sitting here going, I'm looking at the NEI, looking up canner, and it's like, nothing's showing up. I told him to make the bottler from forestry, and that's just craziness. I'm adding steps that I don't need to. Oops, no, don't want to do that yet. So we're gonna, and what we needed was the fluid/solid canning machine. Now I'm being told by Chewy that in NEI it can be called what again, Chewy?
Multi-purpose canning machine, I think.
Okay, NEI might identify as a multi-purpose canning machine instead. So I'm adding my transformer upgrades that I was already halfway through making when Chewy told me that they don't have to have them. Exploding machines still isn't a thing. They still haven't turned that on. So didn't actually have to do that. But not the point. We're doing it legit, even though if legit isn't necessary at this point. So I have the hardened portable tank that is full of distilled water. And I need my wrench. There we go. So I should be able to, hopefully this will work. Yes, it does. Excellent. So we can just put the portable tank on top of the canning machine, right-click it, and it works. So we have distilled water in here. So what we need to do now is choose how we're going to be doing this. Basically, we have a canning mode, drain from cell into tank, fill cell from tank, fluid enrich, tank or cell. Now, I believe that's the one that we need, because we should be then combining fluid and enriching it with an item to make a new type of fluid. So I should be able to, which by the way, what we're going to need is lapis lazuli dust, which you toss lapis lazuli in a macerator, and it then does that. So we should be able to put this in here. Hey, we have a progress bar moving. So this should make IC2 coolant. Booyah! IC2 coolant. So now we need coolant cells, which I have some cells that I made before, thinking... See, it used to be that coolant cells were just water. You just right-click a cell on a source water block and you come up with coolant. But they've complicated it since then, and now... Ta-da! We're making coolant cells. Oh, they don't stack? No, they do stack.
They should.
It's doing the progress bar. So basically we're going from distilled water. Is it 1 for 1? I think it's 1 for 1.
Yes.
Stay at 2. Yes.
With
Okay.
distilled water, it's 1 for 1.
So cool. We are now making coolant cells. All right. So let's see. Uses for coolant cells are used to make the 10K coolant cells with tin plates. Tell me we have a bunch of tin plates, Max.
We have a bunch of tin plates, Jared.
See, you should have said Max.
Oh, you're right.
Tell me we have a bunch of tin plates, Max. We have a bunch of tin plates, Max. You missed your cue.
Do-
And I'm like
do we have a-
horribly, I'm like very disappointed in you with that one. That one. Whoa, whoops.
Whoa, what the heck was that?
Okay.
Certainly did.
I wasn't trying to release the IC2 coolant, but apparently I've released the IC2 coolant. And apparently
Use the Kraken.
it destroys the cell. Like when you right click it, it breaks the cell.
Yeah. Yes. Also, you can pick it up with a bucket.
You can't?
There is no IC2 coolant bucket in the game.
So how do I get it? Do I just have to destroy
Or
it?
throw a block on it. Yeah.
I have no idea. I just always put it from one tank into another.
Well, I was trying to click the crafting table and I didn't click it correctly.
Maybe you can pick it up with the fluivac.
I don't
Into
have
a
one.
tank.
I don't have one of those either. So. All right. Well, that was fun. That's 1 bucket of IC2
wasted.
coolant destroyed.
I'll come over and get it for you.
Too late. I already broke it. I placed
okay.
I placed a block in it. Okay. So now we should be able to make the 10K coolant cells. We now have 10. Oh, and it's the 10K coolant cells that don't stack. And the 10K coolant cells are going to make the overclocker upgrades, which will require insulated insulated copple. Anybody got some
Copple?
insulated copple?
Copperal insulator.
Copple. We need
Copple,
some
copple,
copple. Copple. Oh my god. Electronic circuits. Oh, we have 5 electronic
Circus? We're
circuits.
going to the circus?
Yes, Max. We're going to the circus. But we're leaving you behind because reasons. And because these don't stack, I have to put this all in here manually.
Because these don't stack, we're not going to take Max to the circus.
Oh.
That's right.
That's all your
No
fault, Max.
No stacks for Max.
Har har.
Old Maxi stacks. Hey, Max.
Yes.
Hey, Max.
Hello.
Hey, Max.
That looks like an overclocker.
Yep. And when you add it to your wooden chesto stuff here, what do you get? Come on. What do you get?
Don't get a tortoise?
You get a tortoise. Max gets his turtle. His turtle. Max gets his turtle.
Yeah.
And I get to
Now
put
he only needs a
overclocker
turtle head.
upgrades. Sweet! I'm using overclocker upgrades to make the coolant cells faster. Now, these are going to... Yeah, okay, so I'm using 1,000% more power to make these faster. That's, neat and all, but I think we need a better power source if we're going to do that. There's a couple power sources we can get into. I kind of want to use immersive engineering because I've never used it before. But at the same time, there's like this whole using that mod would be really cool, but it doesn't generate power very quickly. So it kind of leaves you with the... It'd be really fun to do, but not very practical for this pack. If that makes
Because you
sense.
will need a lot of power.
You will need all
lot.
the power.
A lot.
Okay, so I actually need more tin plates now to keep making more overclockers. Which realistically, I really don't need to be making any more overclockers, but I need them. I need them, I'm telling you. Okay, so what we need now, other than more tin item casings, is a better source of power. And we don't want to use coal anymore. I'm actually quite tired of coal. Oh, look at it go. Oh, look at it go. Ah! I put the overclockers in the metal former, and it's like, yay, look at the metal form. It's forming so quickly. And then I went over and looked at the MFE, and I said, "Oh, look at it go! The power's gone so fast." Which, I wouldn't really mind it that much. I've got 4 MFEs, and that's a lot of storage. And that would be really great. Except for I only have 1 MFE, and it's not even... I mean, I have all 4 MFEs, but only one of them is mostly full. If all 4 of them were full, I wouldn't care. And especially if the power was being, generated normally, then I wouldn't care either. But the fact that I have to keep putting coal in to keep this generating, that kind of puts a hamper on things. So I'm going to take a second here. Me and Max are going to discuss a couple of things as far as what we're going to do for power. Because there's a couple of options that we can go with. And we'll be back in just a minute. Alrighty, we're back. Me and Max discussed it for a little while. Max got his turtle semi set up, but he had to step away while I finished the episode. So we decided to go ahead and work with wind power. So we went ahead and created a couple of things. Because I had such a little bit of time left for this episode, I went ahead and did the crafting off screen. We went ahead and went with the kinetic, if I can spell kinetic right. Hooray, I got it right. We went with the kinetic wind generator, which is basically the new version of the IC2 windmills. Because you had the windmills that was a single block and it was just a block that sat up there and generated stuff. But now we have the kinetic wind generator, which is basically just 2 shafts, 2 iron shafts in a basic machine casing. The iron shaft is a block of iron extruded in the metal former. Thankfully, we have plenty of blocks of iron, so that wasn't a big deal. I then said I was going to start recording, and Chewy was like, "Did you make the generator?" I said, "Yeah." And he's like, No, not the windmill, the generator." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And he explained to me that along with the kinetic wind generator, you need the kinetic generator itself. The kinetic generator, that one wasn't too bad. Another iron shaft, a normal generator, from which I stole the 2 here that we were burning coal with, because we don't need those anymore in theory. And of course, an electric motor, which is just this stuff here, no big deal. So I went ahead and ran some wire, and I got some scaffolding. I figured if I'm going to use IC2 power, I might as well use IC2 stuff to access said thing. So all I need now is let's just grab some wooden planks, that'll work. And we're going to climb up here, and we're going to put this thing together, and hopefully we'll be able to get this working. Oops. I should have gone through the inside, but that's okay. Well, if I can... I can't even jump correctly right now. Now, I was talking with Chewy, and I did a little research, and he said that the best place to place these, where the highest wind is in Minecraft, is at Y level 160. So I've got this platform, this scaffolding that runs all the way up there. So we're going to come all the way up here. Here, stop it. Thank you. And we should be able to put this kinetic generator right here. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to work my way around first. Let's see. There we go. So I should be able to put the kinetic generator and place it right there. Now, this does have a front and the back. The front accepts the rotational power, and the back outputs the physical power. So I'm assuming since the cable hooked in here that I've got this set up right. I'm assuming that it wouldn't hook up to the other side. So then we should be able to come out here and place the kinetic wind generator on there like that. And that should get that going. Rotor is missing, that's fine. And the rotors, when we look at the different rotors, we have the wooden rotor, which basically the difference in the rotors is how long they last and how much their maximum capability is, and minimum capabilities actually. The wooden one requires 10 Minecraft wind units, MCW, and a maximum of 60. The iron is 14 to 75, the steel is 17 to 90, and the carbon is 20 to 110. That's a pretty big range. The carbon one is made of a whole bunch, and I mean a whole bunch of coal. You need a steel shaft, which is just a block of steel extruded, just like the iron one. And then we need 4 carbon rotor blades, which are carbon plates and raw carbon mesh. Carbon plates is compressed raw carbon mesh, which is raw carbon fiber, which is coal powder. This took quite a bit of time to do, which is why I did the crafting off camera. So now we have all this stuff made. I should be able to put this rotor in here. Error, no space for rotor, and that's fine. Basically, it's saying the rotor can't turn, and that is because I have this wood here. So now, yay, I took that off of there, and we are good to go. Now, before you place one of these, you want to use your wind meter and determine how much wind you have. Right now, if I right-click this, we are at 48 Minecraft wind units, which is great. Like I said, you can go higher, you can go lower, but 160 is the optimal wind setup. You want it to be about like this. Now, in theory, I want to try this real quick before we end the episode and see if I can put this second one in place as well. By placing this specifically this way, I should be able to go ahead and get a second one of these running at the exact same time. So there's the kinetic wind generator, here's the kinetic generator. Let's place the generator here, because basically, based on the way this is facing, it should let me do this. So there's the wind generator, there's the second one, no space for rotor. Uh-oh, why did this one stop? Wind too weak for rotor. Okay, so because I'm trying to... Okay, I can't put these back to back apparently.
No.
Yep, because it's saying that I'm now blocking the other one from running. So, well, you live, you learn, I guess. That is unfortunate. Please tell me they didn't... Oh, God, it didn't break. Okay, so now that one's working without it. I was kind of hoping I would place them back to back. So apparently, if I want to put a second one, I'm going to have to work my way over a good ways, but that's okay. So let's see. With this working, we are outputting 527 kinetic units, and that is 131.8 EU per tick. So that's not too bad. Now, this is going to keep running anytime the area is chunk loaded. I'm not sure if it'll cause the chunks to load or not, but basically this carbon rotor will last for 7 real-life days, not Minecraft days, like 7 actual days, 1 week. Okay, but if you don't want to, you can just take it out and it will stop degrading. So I'm going to leave this in and let my batteries charge. I'm probably going to go ahead and move, I'm probably going to lay some cable and go out that way. I think, Chewy, you said it was 5 blocks?
Yes.
So the actual blades themselves span 5 blocks. So if I want to put another one of these, I need to go 5 blocks out for this one, then 5 more blocks for the radius reach on the other one. So I'm going to go out that way a little ways, put a second one of these up, and then we'll be able to come up and down from here and remove the rotors as necessary. Do you know if there's a way that you can remove the rotors? Like, can you extract them and put them in?
Yes, you can.
Okay, so
But I've never tried it.
I just fell off.
That on one of my old bases that you have seen, Jaren. And I just, when the one broke and there was a space empty, I just put a new one in.
Well, what I'm going to do is I will probably get some wireless redstone, and I will have a thing that will extract when I flip a switch and put it back when I flip a different switch, so I don't have to climb up here very often to make sure when these are in or out. So I'll have push this button and the rotors are engaged, push this button and they're disengaged, and that way I don't have to keep climbing up here to manually remove these. But I'll have to figure that out later because we are out of time for the episode. So until next time, this is Jurenitis signing off on episode 11 of my Pandemicraft Season 4 Let's Play. Why do I keep stumbling on that? Anyway, don't forget to like and subscribe, and as always, help spread the gaming!